Case closed as Tinubu became a peace talk with Nnamdi Kanu secretly in prison. Yes, my dear listeners, when history knocks, rulers either wonder and fails. Tinubu is standing at the door right now, working so hard to see that there is a peace talk with Nnamdi Kanu secretly in prison. Lovers of freedom, I greet you now, I greet everybody. Where they listen to me through this very channel, you are all welcome to the Lord TV. Yes, this is very much interesting. Engage with the self-determination and watch Nigerian diplomatic language. No room for negotiation, just cold, calculated pressure from a nation called Nigeria, which claim to be a democratic nation. The word alone felt like treason in his mouth. For over 50 years, Nigerian leaders have treated the Biafran questions like forbidden fire, too dangerous to approach, too explosive to resolve from the brutal civil war. In 1967 to targeted crackdown of the 2000, the pattern never changed. Yes, silence, decent jail, the loudest voices, and hope time will erase a nation's trauma. Every president learned the unwritten rule. Yes, never validate the anger, never let the conversation begin. But Nnamdi Kanu has shattered that illusion. The man locked away and security services detention held him down. He turned a regional grievances into a global movement. His voice, ring from behind bars, echoed louder than most of the prisoners. The United States was amplified like wildfire. Advisors, uh, uh, advisors scrambled to draft response, each one weaker than the last. Military chiefs suggested intensified crackdown. Political strategists recommended media. Campaign to discredit Kanu further, but Tinubu knew all that was being played. None of those tactics worked because Nnamdi Kanu is speaking the truth. Nnamdi Kanu wasn't supposed to matter anymore. That was the plan. Arrest him, parade him as a terrorist, hold him indefinite, let the world forget. Oh my God. Loud voices reduced to whisper. Movement reduced, but Kanu refused to disappear even in chains. His movement grew stronger, more organized, more dangerous to the narrative. Abuja desperately tried to maintain. The Southeast shouted. They turned him into a martyr every Monday. Business shut down. His face appeared on mural across Igbo tourists. People who barely remembered the civil war began to shout with serious fire. Yes, the more powerful he became, an international observer began asking uncomfortable questions. Why was Nigeria so afraid of Nnamdi Kanu? Kanu legal team, led by brilliant minds who are global human rights lawyers, then shouted, exposing uh, Nigerians' evil doings. The entire case roar. Nnamdi Kanu has been cheated. The African Commission on Human Rights came in. Amnesty International called into law. United Nations raised red flags, but Tinubu ignored all of this. Instead of dialogue, he uh, he doubled down, extended detention, blocking media access, ensuring Kanu's voice stayed buried while pretending to champion democracy abroad. Tinubu turned Kanu's case into a personal symbol of dominance at home. It was a show of strength, he told himself, proof that no one could change federal authority and win. Except now, the very global power Tinubu sought validation from where pressuring him to do the one that he could not do. The United States demand had titled the balance overnight. Tinubu fear and giving Kanu a kind of leverage his movement has ever done. The era of silence was collapsing right on Tinubu's watch. Washington involvement did not happen by accident. Behind the scene, months of lobbying, pressure campaigns, and strategic meetings had built serious fear. The Igbo's diaspora in United States are lamenting. Economically powerful people are lamenting. Organized congressional briefings met with State Department officials and refused to let Kanu's case fade into obscurity. American lawmakers started their own agitation. Senators demanded answers. Why was the US maintaining close ties with a government that renditioned their own citizens? Why was Nigeria violating its own constitutional because of Nnamdi Kanu? The packages, military corporations, agreements and trade deals worth billions. Then came the leverage. The United States held cards. Nigeria desperately needed security assistance against uh, Boko Haram Economic Partnership to stabilize the international legacy as Africa's most popular democracy. Tinubu spent months counting American favor, positioned himself as a lord in a volatile region. He needed Washington more than any any other. So when the ultimatum came, Tinubu couldn't afford to ignore, engage with self-determination, release Nnamdi Kanu under fair term or watch as Nigeria's most critical international relationship froze. No threat, no threats. My dear people, this is exactly what is being played. Yes, this is coming to you in more or less like a poet. That's to let you know the level at which now the Kanus trial has gotten into. People now go about writing and challenging this very nation um, in this very matter. That's to let you that nobody is smiling, nobody is happy, everybody is taking their time to to expose this wicked government. For someone to sit down and put this down in form of a poet, know it that it has really eaten deep inside the very person. Dear listeners, what can you offer as well? What is your own opinion and what is your own thoughts? Please deem it free to like and subscribe. Send this very message. Let everyone be engaged. Yes, prepare yourself for the next show because Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers has taken the bull by the horn. Though Tinubu is going about looking for a way to negotiate secretly with President Nnamdi Kanu, but then what do we think is going to be the next line of action? Share this video, let it go viral, let everyone begin to drop their opinion on this very matter. Thank you.